Hello. How are we doing today? Oh, hey, Zalax? Zalaxian? Zalaxian, that's probably how you say it. How are you doing? Hopefully you weren't waiting too long. If you're still here. Alright, so today we're going to just be modeling a few items and a cosmetic, I think, is kind of the goal. So, one of the big items I really want in the game, right, is going to be a megaphone. So the game's going to have proximity chat, and so the megaphone will just allow it so everyone on the map can hear you, but you can't hear them. So it's like a broadcast, but like I think it's going to be funny because like someone can just be like speaking out loud but not hearing what anyone else is saying if they're really far away from them. So I guess we'll just get into it. We'll start with a circle. Move it over, we'll rotate it so that it's nice and lined up here. And we'll probably scale this up a little bit to like here. That looks about right. Maybe move it back a smidge. I think we're gonna turn on mirroring if I can. Yeah, I can. What mirror do I want? I think I want Z. All directions to be mirrored, I think. Is this... I think what we could just start with is something like that, and then we can grab it and move this back. Or not. Oh no, I can't move that. What is going on? Why can I disconnect those? Not really sure why that is. Alright, I guess we'll do that a different way then. I think it definitely needs to be... We'll just extrude it first. Why don't we do that? What happened there? That's weird. Oh, doesn't seem like the loop cut went all the way around. I don't know why. I think that's like the general shape that we're going for. Why? I think I'm gonna restart this because that's doing some weird stuff. Okay. Here we go. So we'll pull this out a little bit again, then we will pull it out a little bit more. Then this time we will scale it down, and then we'll pull out a little bit more. And then I think here looks about where it's the most scaled down. Then we can pull it out some more. So like here. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Okay. Then I guess how we have to do this is we have to fill this face, and then we can inset this, and then we can extrude it out again, and then we can inset again. And maybe that's too far of an inset. Maybe that's also too far of an inset. Alright, that looks pretty much like a megaphone. I guess we'll add a subsurface. Subsurf. All right. I think that looks pretty much like what we're going for. So I guess we'll inset this a few times just to make the sides look a little bit better. I think that looks pretty good, actually. I think we'll probably need to add some thickness to this too, which is a... how do you add thickness again? I completely forgot. I don't know why my brain is doing this. What was it? Solidify. There we go. It's a solidify. That wasn't too hard to remember. We'll bump it up a little bit. I think that looks pretty good for the megaphone. I think maybe we want to add a little bit of, like, pull these edges in a little bit like they are on the megaphone. Maybe add a bevel. I think I'm fine with a rounded one, but I think let's add a bevel. Let's do that. What is it? Shift B? It's not Shift B. Is it Command B? It is Command B. Add a few loop cuts. Yeah, that looks good. Then we'll add a bevel here too. If I can see it, which I can't. Oh, it's there. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll add like one bevel here. Maybe one here too. I think that's looking pretty megaphony. There is like a little inset right here, so I guess what we could do is we could add a loop cut here, a loop cut here, then we can grab this edge and then extrude along normals and put it in a little bit. Yep, I think that's pretty much exactly what I was going for there. I don't know if I love how this back end looks, so let's see. I think maybe... I think we also have just a lot of vertices back here, which is like not great. It's like a lot of vertices. Guess I can just dissolve these edges or these faces. I dissolve dissolve these edges, I guess. Keep doing the exact same thing over and over again. I want to dissolve the face. It does not work. Dissolve the edges. Also not exactly what I want. What if I just go back and then restart what I did here? Okay. I think maybe we just get rid of this inner one by dissolving the vertices. There we go. That looks right. Got rid of a lot of the geometry. Makes a little bit of a weird end-con, but I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for that. I do want to maybe bring these in a little bit more. No, I think that looks fine. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm going for. Okay. So I guess we'll start with a cube here for the handle, because we want the handle to be nice looking. So we can make this cube. Okay, then we can, I guess we'll start with the top of this handle. So I guess we'll just kind of call it good there. Then we can add like a loop cut in here. If it wants to work, we can drag these up a little bit. Oh wait, I guess we want to probably scale this down first. Like to here. Drag this in here. Let's see, what are we looking at? I think I'm gonna make the reference be in front of everything, because otherwise I'm not able to see anything. There we go. That'll make it a little bit easier to do this part. Okay. So we'll scale it down to here. We will... I think we gotta rotate this. Thank you, David. Try shading what smooth? Like the game? A lot of the stuff in the game is already shaded smooth. Or do you mean this? The megaphone I'm working on. I think that looks about right, thickness-wise. Yeah. The megaphone. How do you shade smooth in Blender? I know how to do it in Unity. Oh, it's right there. Shade smooth. There we go. Hide the reference for a second. How's that looking? Do we think that looks good? I think that handle might be a little thick, actually. Make that a little bit thinner. But, well, that's a reference for the next thing. So the megaphone is going to be an item that you can, it's going to essentially be like a proximity chat that, like, it makes proximity chat be everywhere, right? So you can, so everyone on the map can hear you, rather than just the people who are near you, which I think is going to be a really fun feature. Like, so when you're holding it, like, everyone on the entire map can hear what you're saying. Or maybe it's everyone on, like, the bear team. Is how it's going to end up working. I don't like how wide this handle is in this reference. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, now we can re-add our, or we already have our loop cuts, but we can grab this here. And then I think we want to probably just rotate this like that. And then we can drag it down. Grab this one and drag it down too. And then we'll probably just scale this one up maybe. Maybe rotate it a bit more. Like that. We'll probably also grab the edge up here. Make it like a little bit more in line with this. How are you doing, David? I'm gonna sub-surf to this probably just to see what it looks like. I mean, that's to be expected because I really don't have very many vertices yet. I guess maybe we'll start without a subsurf. Just kind of get the block shape out. And this one we can like scale in and then... maybe we don't want to scale in. Maybe we want to just drag it like up to here. Scale this one out a little bit, I think. And then I think this one also needs to be rotated for this to work. Like about there. And then we can drag it up a bit. Like right about there. That looks pretty solid to me. Grab this bottom one. Oh god. That does not look symmetrical at all. I hate when I am grabbing edges and stuff and I just grab the wrong ones. Or I like am not aligned perfectly. Yeah, there we go. That should be aligned now. Yeah, that's aligned. Ooh. Why? Why is my alt click just not working sometimes? It's annoying. Especially when I'm like trying to see, or I can't see when I have it selected because of the angle I'm on. Then I think maybe we do a little bit of an inset here and then we can drag it towards this side. And then we can, what is going on there? Why? Can we extrude along normals maybe? Is that what we have to do? I don't know why that was being weird. Burrito Bandito. Hey Vanch, how you doing? See what that looks like with the subsurf on now. I think that's looking pretty close. I just need to add a little bit more geometry in places. Yeah, I think that looks right. Add some loop cuts here and here. You're doing good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Enjoying your Saturday? Got anything fun planned on Saturday? I think that looks pretty good. Let's see what this looks like. Sunday in an hour. Pretty late for you then? Well, then do you have anything fun planned for your Sunday? Nah. Just chilling. That's good though. Sundays are a good day to just kind of unwind anyways. So it's not bad. Sure you'll have an enjoyable time. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But yeah, making a megaphone for the game. It's gonna be an item that when you use the megaphone, everyone on the map can hear you. Like, so the game is gonna be proximity chat, right? And so when you hold the megaphone, everyone will be able to hear you rather than just the people who are close to you, or maybe all of the bears or something like that. So it's going to be like a way of like talking to people across the map. I think that looks pretty good. What do we think of it? I think it probably needs another edge there, just to patch that up a bit. Yeah. All right. I think that looks pretty solid. Should we color this real quick? It's not the right thing. Yeah, we can do a quick coloring of it. Can I just... Yeah, I can just do this. This will work fine. Shift Z. Just grab all these. We'll just do a really basic coloring of it because I don't want to have to do texture painting right now. All right, so then we can just grab here, grab here, and then we can just assign it red. Then if we look at it here, yep. I think that looks pretty megaphony. I think maybe I also make a loop of red like down here. I think that might look nice. Let's grab like these two. That did not work as intended because we were not in the right mode. Grab these two, we'll assign it red. Take a look at how this looks. It's the wrong mode, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. That looks like a megaphone if you ask me. I think maybe we also just make this. Oh wait, it's because I don't actually have anything there. So maybe what I do is I extrude this along normals. That is not the right way. Extrude faces along normals. Why am I in edge mode? Extrude faces along normals. There we go. That's the right direction I was going for. Oh wait. What? Oh, I guess what we could do is we could face this. Then we could inset a little bit. I'm going to turn off the subsurf because I can't see what I'm doing at all. I'm also going to turn off the reference. So I think we should select just the edge here. Face this. Then we can inset it. And then we can just delete this. Delete face. That will give us a bit of a lip on this, right? Maybe we can scale this too. I don't know if that's quite what I'm going for here. What if I extrude along normals real quick and then we scale it? I think that looks really bad. Hold up. I think we'll just leave it like that. I think that looks pretty alright. Good enough. It is good enough. Alright, then for the handle, what are we going to do? I think we'll just do maybe like just the bottom here is going to be red. Maybe we'll do up to here is red. Yeah, I think that looks right. We'll just grab the white and then we'll grab the red. And we'll assign here, and that should be perfect. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to call that good for the megaphone. We do like that. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks like exactly like what I'm going for. Maybe a black band in here would actually be pretty good, so we'll do that real quick, actually. Just call this black. Why not? We have caps locks on. Black. And then we'll just take this down all the way. And then we'll go here and then shift Z so we can see what we're doing. Grab this whole edge, assign it to black. Come over here, take a look at it. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe I also make this edge out here black. I think that might also be a good idea. Yeah, I like that. All right, I think that's done for that. Okay, we got the megaphone done. I guess now what we'll start to do is we will work on the scarf, because the winner of the last one was a scarf. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start with the circle again, because I feel like that's like the perfect place to start with a scarf. Maybe scale this up a bit. We also want to, I think we want to take into account our player while we do this, right? Because we're going to be putting it on the player rather than it just existing in the world. So I think it might be a good idea to kind of design with this in mind. Okay. I think that looks like it's about the right size, maybe a little bit smaller. What we could do is we could... Oh, that is not the mode I meant. Go into edit mode here. We can extrude this along the Z axis. That is not extruding. What? I'm in edit mode. Why can't I select edges now? Oh, because I'm in face mode. Okay. Whoops. Okay, so that looks like it's about the right height of a scarf. Then what we can do is we can just add maybe a few loop cuts in here. I think we probably want more than one. What we can do is then we can, like, I think we want to scale this one down a bit. And we can scale this one. Oh, scale this edge loop down a bit too, I think. Yeah, it's looking kind of like a scarf. Then I think we just gotta... Alright, see you, Vanch. Thanks for chilling for a bit. No, it's late. Hopefully you have a good Sunday. Good. And then we want just like a little thing coming out here. Let's take a look at how we would do that. I think maybe we would want to do a... Just grab a few edges and then just extrude it down. Yeah, I think that's the way to do this. And then we can just keep extruding it down. Maybe have a little bit more control about it by doing just one big extrude, and then we can bevel it. To make it go across nicely. Or I guess what we could do is we can just add some loop cuts in here, maybe 3 loop cuts, and then just drag this top one up with proportional editing on. Let's just drag it up. Maybe not that much proportional editing. Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay, then we can grab the faces down here and pull them down with proportional editing. I'm not in face mode. And then we could drag them down. Some proportional editing on. Maybe drag them also a little bit in. Well, I think actually what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually make this kind of a rig. So maybe I don't actually drag this down at all. Maybe I just leave this kind of flat, give it the geometry that it needs to bend nicely. And then we just have it bend in Unity. I think that might be the play. We're going to drag this one down a little bit because I don't want it to be too close up there because I want it to kind of stay a little bit rigid towards the top. I think we also need to add just a little bit more like ununiformity up here. So I think I'm just going to like grab some edges and just lightly just deform this scarf a little bit just so it doesn't look like a circle completely. Just give it a little bit of natural lookingness rather than it just being looking like a really rigid shape. Scarves are not really rigid. Alright, I think that's looking pretty natural. Maybe we add a subsurf just to see what this looks like with a little bit more geometry. I think that looks pretty darn good for a scarf. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe we also have this like frill out a bit. So like scale it up in the Y direction. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Looks like a great scarf to me. Yeah. And maybe let's add, I guess, an armature. I don't know, maybe 3 bones is enough here. Probably want to put this so it's viewable in front because I cannot see it. There we go. Go into edit mode. We can drag this down. Drag this here. I think 3 bones is enough for this. Doesn't need to be complicated at all. So we'll just do 3 bones like so. We will make sure that they're actually lined up. And that they are bending like so they go down when they drop. So raise this one up a little bit, raise this one up a little bit, and then lower this one so that they all just bend that way when we bend them. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Now what we want to do is we are going to, I guess, parent it. So we can control P with automatic weights, and then we can go into pose mode and see how this looks. It's probably going to be awful because I've never had an automatic weight do good right away. So if we rotate, right, so that first bone obviously is going to take control of all of that. It's really not what we want to do, so we will go and fix that in a minute. I think that looks pretty good, actually. That has some nice weights. That also does not look bad. Yeah, so I think that's good. I think all we need to do is fix this bone, so we'll go into... we'll go back into object mode, then we'll go click our bear. Oh wait, no, not our bear, our scarf, because that's what we're dealing with. We'll turn off our bear because we don't really need to see him anymore, do we? Then we'll go into weight paint. We want to grab this bone, right? We don't want this to all be controlled by any bone, probably. So what we'll do is we'll just subtract all this out. Because we don't really need all of this to be controlled, because all we want for our scarf to move is that bottom part. Don't really need this to move at all. Okay. Looks like we got rid of all of that. I think what we need to do is maybe just make it a little bit more close here. I think that's probably looking pretty good. Test that out real quick with a few posing. So we'll go back to our armature, pose mode. Let's rotate this. Okay, so obviously I didn't delete it all. We will go take a look at that again, I guess. I certainly don't have any weight there, unless is it weighted from like another side? From one of our other bones? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why we are getting that deformation. There's no weights there. Maybe I just need to... Maybe I should see in this mode. Yeah, it does not look like we have any weights anywhere for this. I guess we'll try and pose this again. That's not in pose mode. This is pose mode. Why is that doing that? Is it doing it when I do this one? Nope. When I do this one? Nope. When I do this one. Okay, so it has to be some weights that I'm not seeing on this one. There are no paints. There's no signed weights. That makes literally no sense to me. I love weight painting. This is the only bone that I've moved, and there's no weights assigned, but it's... Apparently there are weights assigned. I don't know why I couldn't tell that there were weights assigned. It certainly doesn't look like there were weights assigned. And I think we go in here and like do a little bit of decreasing the weights along this Yeah, I think that's looking pretty close to what I want. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay. Let's go test it with some poses again. Let's see. Now if we pose this, hopefully this will work. Yeah, that works. I think we probably need a little bit less deformation there. And here. So I guess we'll go in and fix that real quick. Yeah, we definitely want a little bit less. It's a little bit too much. Actually, I'm going to have to undo this pose because I can't see anything. Yeah, where's that deformation coming from? Weight painting is so weird. It's just bizarre. Maybe I need to paint it a little bit more is what I need to do. It's not enough. There we go. Give it just a little bit more power, a little bit more weight all around here. I think I also want to add a solidify just in case people see like the inside of this thing. But we can add that to the cube, add modifier, solidify, give it just a little bit of solidify. Let's see if our normals are looking right so that we can just make sure that it'll look good in game before we do all that exporting stuff. So face orientation, let's get out of weight paint mode because I think that stops us from seeing it. Yeah, all of our faces are blue, which is exactly what we want. Okay, let's see if our pose mode, if this looks good now. Okay, I think that's maybe a dash too much on all of that. So I think maybe we just need to delete a lot of our weights in here for this. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And just get rid of a lot of those, I think. I really don't want it to control like the start of the scarf. I kind of want it to just be... Why? I think I'm going crazy. It's like I certainly don't have any weights there, but it's like it's deforming it a lot there. I don't particularly understand. And I also can't like subtract weights right now. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to show the contours. I feel like the contours help me see what's going on a lot. Show weight contours. So I definitely have no weight contours here. Is this just like... Yeah, but no, in edit mode, that edge is completely fine. What? Is another bone having contours here? Ah, it's another bone having contours here. That's why it was so confusing. It was just really light contours so that I could not tell. There we go. That's looking better. I don't know why I assumed those bones would be automatically good because the auto in the weight painting is never good. That looks a lot better. Okay, let's put this into pose mode, I guess. See how this is looking. Okay, that needs... I think it can go a little bit farther up, or what we could do is we could... Yeah, that definitely needs to go farther up now. Now what we can do is we can paint that one. Now we fix the other issues. this is looking better now, I think. I really should also have auto normalize on because I feel like that's gonna really be awful if I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. Not weight painting with auto normalize on. I just kind of assumed that the auto weights from parents would actually work for some reason. I guess maybe I was over optimistic about that because they obviously sucked like they always do. We're gonna just get rid of all these weights down here. We definitely don't need these. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Let's see what bone 1 looks like. Bone 1 looks good. We probably want to get rid of some of this down here, though. Maybe even a little bit more. Go to like right here. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, then we'll add some weight here, I think. I think that's a little bit too high. I think we want the weights to be a little bit lower on this thing, but I don't. Why is it being so weird? I like can't paint here. Like there's definitely vertices here, but I can't give them the weight that I want. Guess that's fine. We'll just have to see if that looks bad or good or whatever it looks like. That looks good there. We'll just test this now. Hopefully this looks good because I hate weight painting with my entire soul, I think. I think I might just need more geometry in there because I think that looks pretty good weight-wise. I just think that it needs a little bit more to bend and move. Maybe that will... yeah, I think I just need a little bit more geometry in there. I think that looks fine. That looks fine. A little bit of clipping. Not too bad. I think that's pretty much what we're going for. We'll just add a bit more geometry to our scarf. Up here, yeah, there's really no geometry up here, so it makes sense why the bend looks so bad. Does that auto-assign? I hope it does. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like it auto-assigned. Oops. Yeah, I think that's looking like a scarf. I think that looks pretty good. So we'll save this one. And then we'll see. Does this... We'll just copy this and then we'll paste this. We'll see if this looks good on our B as well. Because we also have the B. Where's the B? Is it? Oh, there it is. We'll turn off the normals because we don't need those anymore. Face orientation. Okay, we can take a look at this. Let's go into object mode. We can grab just the armature. If we move this, let's see. How does this look on our... Scale it up just so we can see it. Let's scale it up a bit more. Move it to here, move it to there. That looks pretty good. We rotate this a little bit more. That way, I think that's actually looking pretty good. I think maybe one change that we could make for this is if we just pull all these edges out. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do, because I think that will help us a lot here. Howdy, Warhog. How you doing? I'm just chilling, doing some 3D modeling. So you got the message? What message? We will hide this for a second. And then we can. Oh yeah, what's it mean? A lucky number. That's cool. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say 62 is their lucky number, or 63. I thought it was 63, wasn't it? Am I wrong about that? I could be very wrong about that. But one of the things that we've started doing here is we make a cosmetic every single week based off of a comment by someone who gets the most likes. And so right now what I'm making is last week's comment. Then I'll make a video about it and put it in the game, and then we will choose another one for next week eventually. But it's just a scarf was this week, so I'm making sure that the scarf looks good on both our bee and our bear. I think this one is almost there. I think we just need to scale this down just a touch, maybe rotate it a little bit, probably along our z-axis. It's been with you since you were born, always followed you everywhere. Huh. That's pretty cool. I mean, and it's cool that you have a lucky number that isn't the same as everyone else's, right? Because I feel like everyone's lucky number is like the same. It's always like 7. I think that looks pretty good for a scarf. Probably needs to like move over a little bit, but we can fix that in Unity. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I might not. If it was like my lucky number, I think I would definitely add it, you know? But I mean, like, if like people want it in the game, it doesn't like affect me to put it in the game, right? But I don't know. Okay, we got to reparent this, it looks like. Will it vary released on? What do you mean? Like, when will it be released, or on what will it be released? Because if the question is when will it be released, I think maybe like another 6 months. I don't know. It's really hard to like give a good estimate. Oh, it's going to be on PC. It's going to be a Steam game. We should have our Steam page be approved in like the next few days. Why? You have an Xbox? Yeah, it's a lot of work to port it to console. Lost your computer? How did you lose your computer? Well, my goal was to make it so that the game can be played on like pretty like not good computers, or at least try. You forgot where you put it? Maybe you can still find it. I bet you could still find it somewhere. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was reparenting this. Did I already reparent it? Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so what we can do is we can go... we'll get rid of this skin because we don't need to see this. Honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's how long has it been in? How long have they like been working on it now? Like 11 years? That's crazy. And at this point, if it's not like the best game ever, I think people are going to be so mad. Why is the subtract not working? Why can't I weight paint this? Why is it adding? I want it to wait, it's subtracting down here, but it's adding up here. Bro, I'm so confused. Why is this? It just won't subtract up here. Not gonna make it to it. Fair. I swear, weight painting is the most glitchy thing ever. Like, I'm in subtract, but I can't subtract this. I just want to get rid of the weights. Just let me subtract the weights, please. Like, it lets me do it down here, but like, what? I mean, maybe you'll be 18 by the time GTA 6 comes out. Ad works. I swear, Blender is the most glitchy thing of all time. Like, it's because it's round. I don't think that has anything to do with it. It lets me subtract down here, but like up here, it's not letting me subtract my weights. Like, it doesn't make sense sometimes. It makes literally no sense, actually. Like, add still works. I mean, it's definitely glitchy. Maybe I have to like go out of weight paint mode and then back into it. Like, no. I don't know. I swear, this just does this sometimes. And like, I don't know if there's like, if I'm just doing something wrong or if like it's just a bad software or... I guess I will just unparent it and then I will reparent it. I doubt this is gonna work. A Teddygram skin? What's Teddygrams? Okay, so it's reparented. Let's see, weight paint mode. Let's go to subtract. It's adding again. Why? Why does it do this? It's incomprehensible. Like, it won't subtract up here, but it subtracts everywhere else. Like, Blender. Little bear cookies? I don't know if I've seen them. Oh wait, no, I so know what these are actually. Yeah. No, I've had these before. That brought back some core memories from my childhood. Um, like I think my daycare used to have them. I think we could do something like that. It won't be a Teddy Graham, but like I think we could do like a cookie skin. I'm working on some scarves from the last week cosmetic thing, and also I made another item for my game. Where is it? I think it's one of these things. It's a circle, and then it's a cube. I made a megaphone as a item. So what the megaphone will allow you to do is it's going to allow you to speak to anyone on the map, right? Because there's going to be proximity chat. So this, when you're holding this in your offhand or your item, you're going to be able to like talk to all of the people around the map, but you won't be able to hear them. It's a game about bears stealing honey from bees. So there's going to be it's going to be co-op multiplayer, right? And you're going to be the bears and the bees, and you're going to try and steal the honey from the bees. And like both bears and bees are going to be playable characters. I did an awful job of explaining that. But right now I'm just making some cosmetics. This is the bear. He has some skins in game. And then we have the bee in here too because I'm making cosmetics for it. Bro sitting on the bank of the lake eating some teddygrams. That's what you're doing right now? That sounds pretty nice. Sounds like a lovely Saturday. Yeah, right? I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I think we're getting approval for Steam like probably Monday. So the game will be up on Steam, and so I can like do more testing and add in like proximity chat and stuff like that. When you were 5 or 6. Okay, but so this scarf is not letting me weight paint. It's not letting me subtract. Which scar? The scarf? The person who said it just said a scarf. So I added, like, it's going to look kind of like this. Oh, is that what's going on? Why do I have, we're going to try and see if this remembers everything because, yeah, you were the only person in the chat for a bit. People come and go. It's understandable. Okay, so what we have to do is I broke everything because I somehow did not parent it correctly. So I guess we can just duplicate. I don't want to duplicate the armature. I just want to duplicate the circle. Okay, we have the circle duplicated. So with the starting armature, I hate this. I messed up so much. Oh god, Blender sometimes makes me want to go insane a little bit. This is fine. Everything's fine. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna re-rig this everything. We're just gonna kind of redo it lightly. It's fine. Everything's fine. Where's the... Here we go. Here we go. Okay. We're just gonna redo this lightly. Won't take too long. I should add as. As what? There we go. Okay, that's good. Then we can just take this and then put this into edit mode, I guess. Yeah, this will work. I'm fine with this. How will I be able to equip what? Or how will you be able to equip what? The scarf or the megaphone? Should make it where you use honeycomb points to buy stuff like skins and vehicles too. I definitely think that the skins are going to be like lifetime honey collection. Oh, it's just going to be a cosmetic. So I think the cosmetics, I'm debating either having them like be at like the home base and you can change them at the start of the game, or in the menu. Probably I'm going to have them at the start of the game just to like take away some of the complexity of like stuff that you can like do in the menus, because I think just having menus is kind of boring. So make like a little wardrobe, something like that at the like start of the game. Yeah, we're just gonna parent this with automatic weights. Let's hope that that worked, because this has been a hassle. This should not have been this difficult. Okay, that looks like it's parenting again. Okay, but then we have to make sure that we are... Let's try and weight paint this, and hopefully... Oh, that's vertex painting. I was like, what? Okay, it's still not letting me subtract. Why? Why is it not letting me subtract? Add a secret chest on the map for a gold scarf. Yeah, maybe something like that, like some cosmetics that you need to find that are like kind of super randomly placed around the world. Why is this not letting me parent it? You said what a few videos ago, like looking for something around the map? Or no, you said buying stuff, right? Buying skins. Well, I think it'll be like lifetime honey, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to unparent this, and then we're just going to make a new armature, because I think I messed up with this armature somehow. So I think it's going to be like lifetime honey collected. Like it'll just be like something that like keeps track over whenever you play the game, right, with friends. It'll be like, oh, you collected so much honey, like, or this much honey, right? Well, issue with that, right, is it's just not going to go good into Unity. And even if it does go good into Unity, it's just going to be a lot of computational power to make something like that look good, right? So I'm going for like a more stylized look. See a Warhog. But this, I don't know why this armature is not letting me erase. Add the amount. What amount? Slowly. You do a lot of you do 3D modeling. What's that first katakana? Second one's A, right? Something, the first one's something with a P, because that circle means P. It's like foo. You're learning, you just don't know what to make. Yeah, I feel like if you don't have like an explicit like goal of something that you're making, it's kind of hard to like go about making stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I think the cloth simulation would absolutely look a lot better than what I'm making, right? But the issue is it's just not gonna go well into Unity, and it'll be super intensive if you can like even bake like an animation, right? But this will be like dynamic and kind of be able to like move around. I'll like put joints here, so this will like move around as the player moves around. It shouldn't. I had it finished, and then I don't know what happened because I should have just parented with automatic weights, and then this should just let me go into weight paint mode, and then I should be able to. Why can't I subtract? Why can't I subtract? I'm on the subtract brush. It's subtracting in some places, but it won't let me subtract other vertices. Like, it let me subtract here, but then it's adding over here. I'm so confused. Lets me subtract all the way here. Is it because I have auto normalize on that it won't let me subtract? Because it needs to have weights everywhere? Wait, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, I feel so dumb. All of that work for naught. Because I didn't need auto normalize on. Because I don't want any of these. I don't want any bones to have any control over here. So I want this to just stay on their neck. It wouldn't have fixed anything. It would have been in the same spot. So I'm glad I checked. It'd be cool to make. If you could make the if you could make that possible, it would be cool. The honey amount, you should make it so that it's on top of your head, but only bears can see it. Yeah, I think that would actually be like a really cool addition, not to like actual gameplay part, but like in the lobby. Right? Like when you boot up the game and then you like join the lobby with your friends, you can see like the amount of honey that you've stolen over your life. So I think during game that might be a little too cluttered. But I think for like for like pre-game, I think that makes a lot of sense to do something like that. What's the coolest thing that you've made in Blender so far, Slowy? Or the thing that you're most proud of? You're making my ideas better. I mean, if I suggested something, you probably have other ideas about it, right? Maybe yours are better than me in some cases. Now I think I want to turn back on auto normalize because it could get really messy because now I'm dealing with other weights. That looks frightening. Oh god. Snowman and the donut. You can't render it quickly. I've never actually done much rendering in Blender. I don't think I've like actually ever rendered something in Blender because I bring everything into Unity, set up the materials there and stuff. Right? So like I definitely have not done a bunch of like Blender rendering, but I'm sure it can be. I don't know. You don't say that. Okay, but what's your name? Because I know it's Japanese. It's katakana, right? And I know the first one starts with a P. The second one, I think it's a vowel. But like, it's been a long time since I've done katakana. Yeah. I think you're the only one here with a name in Japanese. With Sung Jung Woo. Is that Sung Jung Woo? Looks like Sung Jung Woo. Is your profile picture? It is Sung Jung Woo. I mean, it looks like him. Let's turn off auto normalize again because it looks like it's messing up everything over here again. Yeah, you Gine, I guess? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Yeah, I can still probably read my hiragana. Katakana is just kind of useless to me because, like, I don't know. I hate it. They also, I feel like the symbols for katakana are just so much harder to remember for some reason. Maybe it's because, like, you do them less. But, like, yeah, I was never good at katakana. Never will be good at katakana because I I don't see a reason why. Okay, Jin. Isn't that a circle though? It means Jinwoo, and you didn't. No, I don't think it means Jinwoo. I think your profile picture is Jinwoo. Wait, you didn't know that it means Jinwoo, and you chose it? But you have a profile picture of Sung Jun-woo. Yeah, the katakana is definitely something else because I think that starts with a P. I'm pretty sure it starts with a P. Because I think that the circle, there's only one circle, and the circle converts from like a K to a P, or it's F to a P. I'm pretty sure. Do you like solo leveling? I assume you do. I haven't watched the anime for solo leveling, but I've heard it's really, really good. That's like pretty close to Jinwoo. I guess. It's closer than I thought. Okay, let's see how this is looking. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, I still probably need a little bit better weights, maybe? A little bit of too much deformation up here. Maybe add like a little bit more vertices. I think this looks good though. Yeah, so this scarf will be able to like move around a little bit as like the player is moving. So I think that's a pretty cool idea for a cosmetic. But we'll add a little bit more geometry up here. And then maybe fix the weights a tad bit too. Yeah, I think we probably need just a dash more up here. So we'll just like go really light and then just add a little bit. Oh, that looks really bad. That looked really bad. Okay. Why does this look so bad? I'm adding like such minimal amount of weights to like parts that like should be good to change. I don't know if I should focus on modeling only or animation stuff. Learning Blender requires every skill. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely like a ton of stuff that goes into like getting good at Blender. I think maybe like setting a goal for yourself. Like what is it that you want to make? Do you want to make animations? Do you want to make like a really cool like render? Do you want to make video games? Like kind of define where you want to go. Right? Define what your like goal is. And then you can choose which skills to focus on based off of like what skills you want to really have or like what you want to make rather. Like I want to make games, right? So I kind of need to do everything. At least at this point because for this first one I really want to do everything kind of like myself, right? Learn all of the aspects to it. And then like later on, definitely like focus on the aspect that I enjoy the most. It's kind of what my approach is to this. Right? So I need to know how to like texture paint. I need to know how to model, how to rig, how to animate, how to. There's just so much that goes behind the scenes, right? Okay, I think that looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it's good enough for now. Okay, we'll go into UV. Let's see how a smart UV project looks. If it's really bad, then we can. I think that looks pretty good. Oh no. It's the spinning wheel of death. What's that now? Is that Zoro? I can't really see it. It looks like Zoro. Zoro's cool. I love Zoro. Are you sure that's not Zoro? That's Zoro. Zoro, bro. You didn't even know who it was? Yeah, that's Zoro. There's something weird that happens with my Blender whenever I'm streaming. It just like doesn't save. Like the saving menus in Blender just like die. We'll call this like scarf UVs, or like we'll just call it scarf. New image. All right, so we now have the UVs for the scarf. What we can do is we can go into here. We can assign a new material. We can call this just, I don't know, scarf. We can change this out for a image texture. We can open our scarf. What did I just save that as? I saved it as scarf, right? Yeah, it's so painful. One Piece? But you could be anywhere you want him. He definitely could be in Naruto. You don't know. Maybe he ends up in like Bleach. Could get his whole shtick is that he gets lost. Like he just ends up places. That's his whole character, and that he's kind of cool. I think he's my favorite character in One Piece. Yeah, but I don't know why it does this. I really need to figure this out for next time, because this is really painful. It's just not letting me like do anything in this menu, and I just want to open this image that's right here. You don't even know what One Piece is. How do you know Sanji's better? Also, that's the hottest take I've ever heard anyone say. It's not glitched. Yeah, maybe it is glitched, but this is like a issue that I've had the last like 3 times that I've streamed and tried to like use Blender. It just won't save. Like once I open the saving menu, it just breaks. You watch edits and you think Sanji is better. Sanji is like my least favorite character in all of One Piece. He's just not good. He's kind of lame and he's annoying, and his whole shtick is that he likes girls so much that his nose bleeds. And it's like, who would like that character? And he has a massive inferiority complex. Like, Zoro's way better. Zoro's cool. I can't do anything. I'm stuck. We're stuck with the spinning wheel of death. Well, I think this might mean that it's time to call stream and end pretty soon. Because I do want to make a video about this and then get another one, and then we'll have another vote for a cosmetic today. I think. I really hope that I can get the Steam page out soon so that I could, yeah, so I can start doing stuff. Forget One Piece, watch Vinland Saga. That's probably a very true statement. Vinland Saga is very good. I honestly kind of hate One Piece. I really loved it at the start, but then it kind of got, I feel like when the newest stuff came out, it like kind of ruined it. It made less like, it made One Piece less a story of like makes us even. You don't like One Piece either? Who is better than both? I don't know. Probably Jinbei. Jinbei is pretty cool. Chopper. I hate this. Why is this so painful? Oh, you haven't watched it either. You're Luffy now? You're not even the cool version of Luffy. You're just regular old Luffy. Yeah, I think my computer won't load at all if I'm while I'm streaming here, so I think I might have to call it pretty soon because this is really painful. You watched Naruto? I've watched Naruto. I read a lot of manhwa. Like Korean. I really like Korean manhwa. I the black and white like drawings are just too hard for my brain to like enjoy, especially with like One Piece where it's like so detailed that it's like it just like takes so much energy to understand. I like having the context clues of like colors. Yeah, I don't know. I like the colors a lot, and there are some with really really good stories, like Solo Leveling. All like is definitely amazing, and then you have like I think they're definitely like less good than the Japanese manga, but like I think they're still pretty good. You're like watching recaps of manga. Yeah, I think that I can't really do any work while I'm streaming right now because I can't save this. Seinen? Is Seinen like the stuff made for like, is that like Berserk? Berserk Seinen? Yeah. It's like made for like 20-year-old guys. Is that the category? A 100 anime? I haven't watched an anime in a very long time, but I probably have watched that many. I used to love anime. Definitely have not been into it as much lately though. Only recaps. You've probably watched over 100 anime recaps. Yeah. Definitely more like story driven, right? Rather than like I want to get stronger. Which what's that called? It's a shonen. Shonen is the young boy one. SBR. What's SBR? The only watching it, it's probably 200 to 250 at all. Steel Ball Run? I have never heard of that. JoJo? I haven't actually watched JoJo. I don't like the art style. It might be a hot take, but like... This is painful. Top second manga highest rated. I don't know. The drawings and like the art just like they throw me for a little bit of a loop. You know, like it's just like I can't quite put a finger on it. It's just not my like art style. I just don't like artistically enjoy it. One anime that's overrated? I think One Piece is way overrated. Even at the Louvre? I assume that's how you say the Louvre. I don't know how to speak French. I think One Piece is... The manga is really good, but the anime is like so watered down and so slow. Like it's like so incredibly like slow. Like they just like show like still freeze frames and then have like panning for like half of the episodes. Yeah, I think it's like it's a very particular type of art style, you know. You have to watch all of it. Well, I think this is not going to fix itself anytime soon, so I'm probably going to end stream here in a minute. Just because I want to get a video out today and maybe do some more work on the inventory system of the game. Because that still needs some work, and I want to start eventually playtesting within like the next 2 weeks is my goal. I'm gonna make a goal from like today, try and get some like starting of playtesting out. Yeah, okay, for sure. I mean, I think I'm gonna push out the video at like 6 o'clock. Is probably my goal. So if you want to be early to make sure yours gets likes, be around then. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right. Well, it was. Thank you guys for streaming. Nice to meet you, Slowy. I live on the East Coast, U.S. Originally from the West Coast, though. As you can tell with the Californian accent. How about you, Slowy? I used to be from California. Or I used to live in California. Not anymore, though. Not American. Europe or different continent? California's cool. I think I definitely want to move there back there eventually. I do really enjoy it. Really expensive though. It definitely is hot at summer. It definitely is. It depends where you live too. If you live inland or like the Inland Empire, it's way hotter than like by the beach or like the Bay Area or anything like that. That is really hot. 100 degrees is quite warm. Pakistan. Nice. Hopefully you're staying safe with all that stuff that's going on over there. No, there's a lot of turmoil in that part of the world right now. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end the stream. I need to do something productive today. And my computer is not allowing me to be productive at all while I stream, apparently. That's good, though. At least you can find some enjoyment in something. Yeah, I hope you stay safe, Slowy, and Jinwoo. Stay safe from that heat stroke. Might get ya. All right, see you guys.